Hello, my name's Glenn Griffin and I'm the CEO of Investors Exchange Limited. I'd like to take just a few moments to relate to you the company and what it can achieve for investors. Investors Exchange Limited is a newly established niche investment funds manager. Our objectives are to present investors with an innovative and different investment structure, something different to what you probably have experienced in the past and something that's not been readily available. But at the same time, it's going to provide investors with a creative investment and funding solution for a variety of situations. Investors Exchange Limited holds an Australian Financial Services licence. These licences are issued and regulated by the Australian Securities and Investment Commission. This licence has the authorisation to formulate and operate managed investment schemes. This vehicle, in fact, allows us to harness the vast experience of the company personnel. It allows us to build these innovative structures and therefore provide the investor with creative investment solutions. The directors and the support staff of Investors Exchange have many years of experience in business, finance, property development and the investment fields. And I have to say, they all share a common core value of honesty, integrity, sense of community, and all of them are devoted to providing quality product and quality service to investors. I guess the aim really is to incorporate those values into our structure and to be able to provide premium opportunities for investors. Investors Exchange, in fact, has 3 registered funds: Investors Exchange Property Fund, Investors Exchange Investment Fund and Investors Exchange Business Restart, and I'd like to dwell on that a little bit later. The 3 funds, the Investors Exchange Property Fund is a fund whereby investors become equity partners in a very specific property development. They in fact become developers but don't get their hands dirty. It's a way where they can feel and be involved in the development of a project and share the profit at the end of that project. Investors Exchange Investment Fund is a fund where, in fact, the investors become lenders. We originally thought that this would be very well suited to a club model, and we for some time have developed a model where we can provide licensed and sporting clubs with a funding solution that isn't normally available to them, and one that is available to them where funding from their normal sources is beginning to dry up or is non-existent. Here, club members actually become lenders to the club. They are investors, but they on-lend to the club. And it's interesting that in recent times, with what we've been through with flooding in Queensland and Victoria, this fund now is being rejigged to take on a role where we originally suspected funds would be used for refitting, for refurbishment, for renovation, maybe even expansion. But now a new word has been incorporated, and that's to rebuild. So this fund could actually assist a number of clubs rebuild as a result of that flood damage. The Business Restart Fund is one which was originally meant to lay dormant. However, we also have rejigged this fund to be able to provide business that has been directly or indirectly affected by floods in Queensland. And I say Queensland, we all are aware of floods in Victoria, and happily this will be able to be duplicated, the structure will be able to be duplicated and afforded to businesses in Victoria. Just a point with the restart, we have decided that Investors Exchange will be taking no management fees. It will simply be a cost recovery exercise. We do also believe that this is more for institutional investors. So Those three funds that I have described, albeit very briefly, form the basis of what is a very robust, a fully compliant and a very flexible structure, and one, as I said earlier, that's quite different, one that probably has not been seen by many investors in the past. The launch of both the company and what was originally to be two of the funds was scheduled for March or April. We have, because of floods in Victoria and Queensland, decided to bring one out of dormancy, and that is that Business Restart Fund, and to offer it prior to launch. So we are confident that that will be available within the next fortnight or so to be able to provide business with the funding that they may not readily be able to require. I'd invite you to visit our website, which is www.investorsexchange.com.au. I thank you for viewing this presentation, and I'd like to conclude by relating to you that all within the company of Investors Exchange Limited firmly believe if our focus is and continues to be on the needs of others, success will come to all, not just to Investors Exchange.